Welcome back, baby. It's like we never left.
You're in the brand new show.
The hottest new show ever made that has 82 episodes also before it.
The hottest one so far in 2019. Welcome to the Island Shuffle.
It's the Island Shuffle, the show all about how we watched the show Lost out of order. Now listen, normally we talk about Lost exclusively and nothing else.
Yes, yes.
But I would like to hear your opinion on something.
Okay.
So gamer news.
Uh-huh.
This is our gamers corner.
Okay, the Gorner.
The Gorner. The Gorner Weaver.
Sigourney Weavers.
Yes, her corner. She's a gamer in my heart. And today, and in gamer news, they've announced a new Pokemon game, and with it, a new set of starter Pokemon.
Oh, wow, like brand new creatures.
Brand new creatures, and I'd just like to hear your opinions on them. I've got a pick of them here.
Who do we have here? We have Grookey, which looks like a mix between Toucan Sam and my cat.
Very good.
I approve. We have Scorbunny.
Mm-hmm.
Awful name. I don't approve.
Not a good name, but a cute little guy.
And Sobble, which is just if Squirtle were a little less turtle, a little more frog mixed with fish.
I mean, that's about right. They're on the 8th generation now, so they gotta.
Wow.
They only have so many.
They're okay. I really like Grookey.
I remember not being impressed with them at all, and then they've grown on me to the point that I want them all. Actually,
Really? Sobble's okay. Scorbunny I'm not crazy about. I like Grookey a lot. Grookey looks like my friend.
I went from absolutely detesting Grookey to wanting him more than anything.
Yeah.
He looks like he's up to no good.
Yeah, he looks cute.
My question for you is, which of these 3 starters, would go to which Lost characters would pick which starter? Is my question.
Okay, that's Hurley would pick Grookey.
Absolutely.
Because Grookey looks trustworthy and easygoing.
That's true.
I think that I'm seeing all these weird pictures now. I scrolled.
Oh no!
But it's like fan art now, so I gotta get back to the originals.
Oh, is it like people like predicting like here's what I think Jimmy
Yeah, there
could
was
be.
one where they were really muscular.
Cool, great.
So Grookey would be Hurley. Scorbunny, honestly, I'm feeling a Claire vibe. But sort of because I think Scorbunny seems boring.
Oh.
Sorry, Scorbunny.
I think Sawyer would get muscular Scorbunny.
Whoa, Sawyer would definitely get muscular Scorbunny. Oh. And Sobble.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be a real wild card, like Saeed or someone would have Sobble, and it's like it wouldn't be immediately apparent why. But
Yeah, it would be like they understand pain. So
Yeah.
I chose them.
Exactly. They're okay.
They're fine. They're good, and I like to have them.
I like Grookey a lot.
Grookey's a fucking cool dude.
If you haven't looked up Grookey yet,
Do yourself
this far in, you should be looking at a picture of Grookey by now.
We honestly recommend, and go back to our old episodes and you'll see that this is true. If you're not staring at a picture of Grookey while you listen to our voices, you're really not getting the full experience.
You're going to have to start over.
You're really just going to have to start over. We recommend that you watch these episodes or listen to our episodes in reverse, constantly looking at a picture of Grookey.
With a picture of Grookey. Maybe a picture of Grookey in reverse.
And you're going to have to print this out and have it framed for the full effect. You can... you have now shown me a hypothetical, I think, evolution of Grookey that I haven't revealed.
It's a weird fan art of Grookey, and I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah, he's standing on his legs, and that's unfortunate.
Grookey's cute. This one's weird.
What do we got here?
Grookey is sort of upside down.
Oh.
And then there's a very, phallic thing going on.
Yeah, his, tail it's his tail, but... Yeah.
It's weird. Okay, well, Grookey's cool.
Grookey's cool.
I like Grookey.
We can all agree. We can all get behind the official Island Shuffle starter is. Whoa! What the? You're in too deep.
It's not. It's very weird. Oh well.
Oh well. So that's our Grookey update. Our Grookey minute.
Honestly, Grookey's the only one I'm a fan of. That fucking bunny I don't like.
You really hate Score Bunny, huh?
I don't like Score Bunny. It's just a bunny.
Oh, but he's smiling. Is
That's
that not enough?
for me. Grookey I like because I can't put my hand on just what the hell he is.
Okay, I like that.
It's like I've never seen anything like that before. But Score Bunny is just a bunny.
That's fair. That's fair. I can get behind that. I think I tend to lean towards that also. I think back in Gen 2 I was a real Chikorita head because what the fuck is Chikorita?
So it's why nobody likes Goldeen. We all have seen a fish.
Yes, or Ekans. It's just like, oh yeah, a snake, big deal. Give me a fucking rock with arms.
Exactly. Give me arm rock. Give me a thing that is just fat.
Give me a washing machine that's alive.
Yes. Is that a thing?
That is a thing.
Wow, that's cool.
I think. I'm everything between like Gen 2 and like everything past Gen 2 is kind of a blur to me. But
welcome to the Island Shuffle.
Welcome to the Island Shuffle.
Grookey fans only.
Grookey fans only. If you like any other Pokemon ever, get out.
Get out.
Stop listening. Yank your earbuds from your ears. What episode of Lost did we watch this week?
We watched season 3, episode 23, which is the second part of the season 3 finale.
Yes, titled Through the Looking Glass, part 2 of 2.
Big episode.
Big ep. We've already watched part 1. I looked this up to confirm. We watched part 1. That episode was released February of 2018, so almost, not exactly a year ago, but like a year and some change ago.
Okay, yeah. So I don't remember it.
I have no memory of it at all either.
No.
But thankfully I think that first episode must have all been set up.
Yeah.
And here we have all the payoff.
Yeah.
We probably mentioned this back in the day, but this is kind of a big episode in the, like, you know, when it comes to acclaimed episodes of Lost, you have like Walkabout, you have The Constant, you have other ones as well. But all the finales are generally held in pretty high regard as well, especially this one.
This is the one.
This is kind of the famous one. There's a lot of big famous moments in it, in this part in particular.
Well, let's freaking get into it.
Let's talk about it.
Take out the steak knife.
Where do you want to talk? Where do you want to talk?
Here, I guess. Here is fine.
In this room? You don't want us to tear down our microphones and set up somewhere else?
No, we'll just stick with it here.
This time we'll keep it here.
Should we, let's do on-island stuff, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. There's a lot to unpack.
Okay.
Let me whip out my notes. The gang is so there's a lot going on the island.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Do we want to stick with main island stuff or underwater stuff?
Let's do main island, then we'll go underwater, and then we'll go off island.
Sounds like a vacation.
Yeah, it does actually.
Sounds like a paradise to me.
We'll go snorkeling.
Yeah, we'll wake up on the beach. We'll go for a little dive, and then we'll leave the island.
We'll drink every day.
Yes.
Weird. Fruity drinks.
Mm-hmm. You ever been on a
with
tropical
flower in them?
You ever been on a tropical vacation?
No, not yet.
You ever been on any vacation?
Not today.
Not today?
No, not today.
All right. Well, maybe when we wrap up here, we'll go
for a little dip.
We'll go fly to Cancun or somewhere else.
Ah, Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a bottle coon type of guy.
Shut up. Jack is bringing a whole bunch of people to a radio tower for some reason.
Because there's the radio tower can radio to things, I guess.
I think so, yeah. No, so what they want to do is there's two things. So they have
I know.
So they have a little phone.
Yeah.
And Naomi's there, and they're trying to get in touch with the big freighter offshore so that they can all get rescued. They don't know yet that this freighter is full of murderers.
Totally.
And opportunists.
They're pretty sure it's not full of murderers and opportunists at this point.
It's their ticket off the island as far as they're concerned. And there's two things standing in the way. One is something that's jamming the signal. We'll get to that. And another is that the radio tower is broadcasting Rousseau's message. So anybody trying to get in touch only just hears, Rousseau being
Ils sont tous morts.
Ils sont tous morts. Il les a tués.
Il les a tués.
Il les a tués tous. Le monstre. Ils sont malades. Voyons.
Which is not chill. It's just like, no one wants to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
No, it's depressing.
Yeah, I want to hear it once, but this thing's been playing on a loop for 16 goddamn years.
16 frickin' years. What?
Change it up.
It could have its learner's permit already.
Oh my god. It could start to learn to drive.
Yeah.
It could learn 10 and 2 or perhaps 9 and 3 depending on who your instructor is.
Which one do you think?
I'm 10 and 2 because having them on top is comfy. instead of having them on the side is a little too close to like playing a video game. It feels too fake. Having them on top feels like
10 and 2 is where you believe it's at.
that's where I believe it's at.
I was
That's
told 9 and 3 is to like, because with 10 and 2, if the airbag deploys, it will like hit your arms. But I guess the other thing is like, well, if the airbag deploys,
you
have bigger problems.
Yeah, I've got bigger problems in my hands.
Yeah. Maybe if 10 and 2 helps you not get into a situation where the airbag deploys.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it's the better choice.
It renders the airbag discussion moot.
Yeah.
Just don't get
Mute.
Put
it on mute.
Put it on mute and don't get into a car crash, everybody.
Yeah.
This is honestly anybody out there with your learner's permit.
Yeah.
Hope you're listening.
Any LPs out there.
Everybody out there with their I don't even know.
Lumbar punctures.
Long playing record.
Limp Pisket.
Limp Bizkit.
Yes. Welcome back to the show.
Limp Bizkit. I hate that.
Limp Brisket? That could be sort of cool.
I don't know if I agree.
I
will tell you today that I tweeted out I did it all for the grookey.
For the grookey?
Yeah.
What is grookey?
Our favorite Pokemon.
Oh, isn't it P? Or is it not? Did I forget his name already? That was genuine. That sucks.
You forgot it already. Maybe it's not that
grookey.
memorable.
Yeah, it's cute.
Grookey. What did you think it was? Groupie?
Groupie, yeah. I guess that's too close to droopy.
It's too close to poopy.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. But
God.
droopy.
Droopy? No thanks. Don't give me a droopy Pokemon.
No, thank you.
Give me a Pokemon that's full of vim and vigor.
So what are they doing? The people, Jack is leading a crew.
A whole crew.
And the crew is mainly just like almost everyone.
Pretty much everybody, with a few exceptions. And who do they meet but Ben and Alex?
Yeah.
They stand there and they're like, we want to talk. We just want 5 minutes of your time, Jack.
Alex is just like chilling. Ben is like, I'm a fucking crazy man.
That's you have summed up their dynamic so accurately.
Yeah.
Alex chills. Ben announces his megalomaniacal plans.
Yeah. He's like, everyone's gonna die.
And Alex is just like, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah.
Taking it easy. Jack and Ben go off to have a conversation alone. Once it becomes clear that they are in fact alone and not doing some weird surrounding thing.
Yeah.
Ben makes a case to Jack. Says, hey, listen, I know you think you're doing the right thing, but you're doing the wrong thing.
Those people on the boat are gonna come kill us, so don't call them.
Don't call them, because they're the bad guys.
I like how Ben prefaces it. He's like, okay, Jack, years ago, I made a decision that killed over 40 people in the run of a day.
Yep.
And that's going to happen again soon. And it's like, why would anyone listen to a human being after they utter those words?
Yeah, why would... Yeah, you literally just being like, many years ago, I committed mass murder.
Yeah, don't...
So listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Don't preface it with your own genocide.
Yeah.
The other person's mass murder will be enough.
Yeah, like, that's ridiculous. Also ridiculous, the fact that he committed mass murder in the first place.
Totally. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, we're taking a stand against mass murder.
I'm team pacifist.
Same.
Aren't they supposed to be in the Pacific Ocean?
Well, the island moves around sometimes. It sometimes goes into the killing is okay ocean.
Weird.
Weird ocean.
Yeah.
Not a good ocean to be in.
That's a weird... That must be an alternate timeline type of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
Everything's the same, except the Atlantic Ocean is called Killing is Okay. And everyone's like, whoa, this timeline's weird.
That's what happens when a plane doesn't crash. We
That's
name all
crazy.
our oceans funny things now.
We might live in infinite timelines.
Whoa.
Or infinite worlds, right?
I'm wondering.
That's what's theorized?
I think that's definitely a thought. How many timelines... I would love to see, like, every possible infinite timeline of Lost. I would love to see Lost exactly the same, except Sawyer's name is fucking Chartreuse Onion now.
Chartreuse. Chartreuse Onion. Named after an onion that turned green.
I mean, you gotta... because a green onion scammed and killed his whole family.
Oh
So
my
he took his name.
God. His old man fucking took a bite of an onion and it killed him.
And his mom also.
And the smell.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh
and
my
Sawyer
God.
and Sawyer said,
I-
"Dear Mr. Onion."
I would like a timeline where they still crash on the island,
Mm-hmm.
but the island is like covered in peanut butter.
Whoa.
And they're all allergic.
Like deathly allergic or just like hives? So it's just like exactly the same. Where it's just like, this island's weird. There's a polar bear, a monster. Everything's covered in peanut butter also.
Like, goddamn, we crashed on Peanut Island. And we're all allergic.
Otherwise identical.
Yeah.
The exact same scenes all play out. Except
Exactly.
everybody's
They just
constantly
have
itching.
hives, sores.
There's so many more. The point is, there's a lot of possibilities with an alternate timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like they didn't really capitalize on our brilliant ideas. Really smart and compelling television ideas.
So what does happen here, though? What are we dealing with?
What
here?
are we dealing with? Oh my God. Here's what we're dealing with. Jack is like, Ben, you're full of shit. I'm not buying this bluff one bit. And and of course Ben is doing a bad job of, making his case.
Yeah, Ben is an idiot.
So finally Ben pulls out the big guns. Ben pulls out his walkie-talkie, radios Tom, who's on the beach.
Tom,
gay icon Tom, says, "Hey, Ben, what's up? I've got 3 of the survivors at gunpoint here. I've got Saeed,
yes.
I've got Jin, and I've got
Yes.
Bernard.
No, don't kill Bernard.
Don't kill Bernard." But Ben says, "Listen, if you don't hear my voice in 1 minute, shoot all 3 of them." And then he puts down the walkie-talkie and says, "All right, Jack, you've got 1 minute to agree to my demands and give me that phone so that I can deal with this instead of you." And the result is an actually pretty compelling scene.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a cool scene where Jack
Scary.
It's scary. Jack is like, "I'm not going to do it." And he's like sweating. And meanwhile, Ben is like roasting him and being like, "What do you want to leave this island for anyway?" Which is a much more compelling case than just like, "They're bad. Trust me."
Totally, yeah.
And he's like, and the whole time he's like, "All right, 30 seconds now. What are you going to do, Jack?" And Jack's like, "You're bluffing." And Ben's like, "I'm not bluffing." It's a good scene.
Yeah. And then fucking a minute ends,
Mm-hmm.
and gunshots go off. They ring out through the night.
Through the night, cutting through it like daggers.
Like daggers in the wind.
Like daggers in the wind, they cut through.
And, yeah. We are left to assume that Saeed, Bernard, and Jin
Mm-hmm.
have all died.
They have all died. And guess
Jack is sad.
Jack is sad, and he decides to kick the shit out of Ben.
Yeah, he takes it out on Ben's face.
He punches Ben's face like 10 times.
It's very violent.
It's violent and gruesome, and Ben, like, I want to say this is the worst Ben ever looks. Ben constantly looks like he's like we were joking that like, oh, Ben's getting the shit kicked out of him again.
Yeah.
This might be one of the most
This
brutal
is
ones.
the worst one, I think. This
Mm.
is the one where it's like, oh my God, is he dead?
Yeah,
Like,
he's like laying there limp, and his like face is all bloodied and shit. It's grotesque. So Jack drags Ben back to the group and says, "Tie him up. We're going." We get a nice little moment here where Alex is like approaching Ben to be like, "Jesus, are you okay?" And then Danielle comes up and says, "Hi." And then Ben introduces them and says, "Alex, this is your mom."
And it's just like chill.
It's just chill. They're just like,
They're hey.
they like stare. They literally like stare into each other's eyes, and Alex is like welling up, and Danielle is like welling up. And Danielle says, "Do you want to help me tie him up?"
Yes, it's cute.
It's a good
That
moment.
is cute.
It's a really fucking
And
good
they
moment.
we don't. It's off screen that this happens, but we know that
Mm-hmm.
they tie up
Mhm.
Dad.
They do it. Anyways, Jack also pulls Kate aside and says,
They're all dead.
They're all dead, and I let it happen, but I had to. We have to keep going. We can't tell people this happened." And he's very fucking busted up about it.
Yeah.
We got a pretty good scene where Kate's like, "I'm gonna kill him." Kate's like, why don't we just kill him? Why tie him up?" And Jack's like, "I want him to see us succeed, and then I'm going to kill him." That's
pretty cool.
Well, like, it's definitely like a contrived reason to keep Ben alive, but also like you can feel it in Jack.
And then they start going up towards the tower.
Oh, there's also a sick scene where Jack like walkie-talkies Tom back.
Oh
and
yeah,
says like, I'm going to find you and kill you, basically.
which is cool.
It's like,
After he kicks the shit out of Ben.
yeah, it's a big day for Jack, is what I'm gonna say.
And then they start going up. But maybe before we finish their story, we should go to
The
what's going
beach.
down at the beach.
Well, what's going down at the beach? Well, we cut to Tom and another other arguing, and they're like, Ben's off the deep end. Oh no! And he says, God, we really shouldn't. We
shouldn't have done it.
We shouldn't have done it. We shouldn't have done it. We shouldn't have fired 3 bullets in the sand, and we should have killed them for real. And it pans
Whoa,
over, and they're alive.
boom,
They
pop,
didn't.
pop.
They didn't have the
Don't
heart.
kill Bernard.
They didn't have the
Tom.
heart to kill Bernard. They looked in Bernard's sweet little eyes, and they just couldn't do it.
They were like, oh, but we need a dentist.
We need a dentist. And so
Dentist.
we need a dentist. A dentist named Crentist.
Do you know that joke? Have you watched The Office?
I have watched The Office. It's a good
I wonder
joke.
how many people haven't at this point.
Probably not a lot. If you haven't, you've probably experienced it like secondhand through like
Yeah.
memes and stuff.
Yeah. I
That-
love the Crentist joke. I think it's really funny.
There's a lot of things about The Office that I think are a little overrated and kind of don't hold up anymore.
Uh-huh.
But the acting in the your dentist name is Crentist scene is honestly a tour de force. When fucking when Michael says maybe that's why he became a dentist, is like
It's so good. Like 12 years later.
ridiculously funny.
It's so funny. Crentist. His name is Crentist.
He like nails the like he nails the like the sense of like I'm brilliant for this.
Yeah, totally.
I'm brilliant for this, even though I'm fucking it up. Oh God, it's good.
Sounds an awful lot like dentist, doesn't it? Beautiful. Good stuff. So the dentist has not been killed.
The dentist has not been killed. And meanwhile, Sawyer and Juliet are watching from the bushes, and they say, "Uh-oh, looks like they're in a pickle. What should we do? How are we going to handle this? We don't have guns. Uh-oh." And then they're like, "Wait, do you hear that? What's that sound?" And then
Hurley drives a hippie van right into the murdering others and just kills a man.
Hurley kills a man.
Hurley kills a man. He runs him over with a van.
Hurley is a murderer.
Hurley is a murderer now. It's cool.
It's cool. It's great. And as a result of this, they're so caught off guard by this. Sawyer gets a chance to sneak up, pick up a gun from the ground, take out one of the others, and then only Tom remains. And Tom is like, "All right, you got me. I surrender. I give up." And Sawyer shoots him in the chest anyway.
He shoots him anyways. And Hurley's like, "Dude, he gave up." And Sawyer's like, "I didn't believe him."
He also says, "That's for taking the boy from the raft."
Oh, yeah, which is cute.
Mm-hmm. Cute little bit. Gross. Sorry.
And then what? So that's what happens there. And then Hurley gets the radio and essentially like radios Jack, right?
Yeah, and radios Jack and is like, "Hey, we did it on the beach. We're safe. It's us, Sawyer, Juliet, Saeed." And they're like, "Saeed's alive! They're all alive! Yay!"
Everyone cheers.
Everyone cheers. Everybody goes,
Funny
"Hooray!"
because everyone cheers, like literally the whole crew cheers.
Yeah,
But only Jack and them believed that they were dead.
that's true. I think they're just like happy that they're safe. I guess
Our friends.
They did it. And yeah, it's good. Honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Also bold of Hurley to call Sawyer out for murdering, even though Hurley just did it.
Totally,
but
he just murdered.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting actually.
Mm-hmm. What's
Oh,
up
well.
with that?
And then what did they do? And then they go up to the tower, right?
They go up to the tower. They realize, oh, Charlie's managed to unblock the signal, but we've still hearing the thing. So they go up in the tower. Rousseau says, "Wow, I've let this play for too long," and ejects the tape from the tower.
Because I guess it was playing off a tape.
A tape just like repeatedly, I guess.
I don't know how that works.
A really long tape.
Yeah, a long ass tape. Get me one of those.
You know how you can hit repeat on your tape player, on your 8-track player?
No. No.
Yeah, it's weird.
They should have put it on a mini disc.
They should have put it on a hit
Do you
clip.
remember mini discs?
No. What are they?
Yeah, it was a brief-lived thing. Sort of like it was like post tape, pre MP3 player.
Okay.
Sort of like what HD DVDs were.
Right, it's kind of
where
like
it existed for a bit.
right, kind of like was it like competing with like the thing sort of deal?
Yeah, it was sort of
Like competing with CDs sort of deal?
essentially. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember putting my copy of Sonic CD in my Walkman and listening to the American Sonic CD soundtrack
Oh, that's
to and
fun.
from school.
Wow, Sonic CD.
Sonic compact disc. Cheers to Sonic CD.
Clink.
Honestly, we dedicate this episode in loving memory of Sonic compact disc.
Rest in peace.
Rest in piss.
Rest in piss.
Rest in
Rest in limp biscuit.
rest in limp biscuit.
Lump brisket. Lamp.
Twisted? Lamp twisted?
Lamp twisted.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad.
We'll work on it.
We'll get back to we'll hit the we'll workshop these and we'll get
So,
back to you.
They took out the tape.
They take out the tape and they go out and Naomi's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting a signal. It's working. Oh, and a call is coming through. Oh my goodness, it sure would be disappointing if a knife flew into my back right now."
But it does right then.
Right
and
then and
John
there.
Locke is the man behind the knife.
John Locke knives Naomi.
He
Literally
kills her.
comes out of nowhere and no scopes Naomi.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's ridiculous. It's
and
very
he's
cool.
like,
but-
I'm not gonna let us. You can't call them. We gotta stay on the island.
yeah.
I'm a bald man.
He does say that.
Yeah,
Classic Locke line of constantly saying, "I am bald.
I'm bald.
I'm a bald human man, and I want to stay on the island.
I miss Boone.
I miss Boone, and I love knives."
I love knives. My best friend is a 10-year-old kid.
He likes knives too, but he's gone now.
He's gone.
So I'm
yeah,
gonna.
he goes to another school now.
He goes to a different school.
You wouldn't
and-
know him. He goes to another school.
Yeah, he goes to that school across the province. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah, Provence.
Mm-hmm. So
People are mad at
people
Locke
are
for
mad at
this.
Locke for committing a blatant
murder,
blatant
yeah.
murder of a friend.
Yeah.
And Ben, here's my favorite part of this is so what results is Locke points a gun at Jack and says, "Don't you dare make that call. Step away." You know, and so there's a tense standoff where Jack is like, "Oh yeah, do it. Shoot me. I'm doing whatever it takes to get off this island. You can't stop me. I'm sick of you holding me back." And Locke is like, I'm doing it for the island, baby. All while this is happening, Ben is egging Locke on and being like, "Do it. Shoot him. Kill him.
Shoot him,
It's
John.
really good.
You bald idiot.
Great
But you
standoff.
can't even shoot.
Um,
I like how Locke uses a knife to murder the lady, and then he throws a knife,
mm-hmm.
and then he pulls out a gun.
Why not just use the gun?
Yeah.
Like,
He is so dramatic
It's-
with the knife.
it is unbelievably extra to. So that's why he was mastering throwing knives, by the
Yeah,
way.
to
So
kill
he could
a
kill.
lady.
To kill.
To kill.
Not to hunt. To
No,
kill.
No. He Locke has never hunted a day in his life. He got that boar from Costco.
He's the only person who knows the island Costco, and that's why he wants to stay.
Yeah.
Because he loves Costco so much.
Totally. It's like, this is the least busiest Costco I've ever seen.
There's no lineups, and you can get everything in bulk. You can
a
get
boar.
you can get boar in bulk. You can get big ranch in bulk. You can get it all.
Big ranch. Well, you know what? The Dharma Initiative is basically Costco.
Basically, yeah, they have a very like no name ass branding
Yeah.
strategy with
It's
all their
cool.
food. It's good.
And then what happens?
They
So it's not chill.
it's not chill. Nobody's happy, but
No.
Locke pressed to pull the trigger cannot do it.
Yeah.
He can't kill Jack. He says, "I'll do it if I have to," but he doesn't have. He's already got one murder on the docket.
Yeah.
He doesn't have room in his
That's
heart for
enough
another.
for the day.
That's enough. He's full. And so Jack makes the call and says, you know, can you get a fix on our location? We're survivors of Oceanic Flight 815. Send us help. And the voice on the other end says, "Heck yeah, baby, we're on our way." And then applause, fanfare. Jack did it.
Boom.
Boom.
And then it goes to the flashbacks, but
Mhm.
we will go sideways for a moment.
Yeah, we'll go on beneath the waves.
Beneath the waves, the boys are up to no good.
The boys are up to no good. Beneath the waves, we got Charlie, we got Desmond. We've also
Two
got
ladies
two
and a
ladies,
one-eyed man.
Two ladies and a one-eyed man. And you know what? Okay, stop me if you've heard this one before. A Charlie, a Desmond, two ladies, and a one-eyed man walk into an underwater submarine station with a signal jammer.
Keep going.
The one-eyed man says, why are you two ladies following orders so blindly? The two ladies say, well, if we stop following orders, this whole thing starts to fall apart. So we just we trust Ben. And then the one-eyed man shoots them both and says, I'm following orders too, baby.
I've never heard this one. Yeah, this one's disturbing.
Did I say joke?
This joke sucks.
I meant synopsis of the first scene of the
Oh,
episode.
incredible. Okay, no. That makes sense, actually. That's cool, actually.
It's interesting.
The one-eyed man murders his coworkers.
Yeah, the HR is going to hear about this one.
HR, yeah, the paperwork. Are you kidding me? We're going to have to demote you.
Oh, my God. He's getting so demoted, and it's a damn shame. I kind of forget why One-Eyed Man is like killing them both.
Me too. I don't know.
I think
he was told to.
He was told. I think Ben said like kill them both. We gotta no loose ends, etc. Ben's really on one this episode. A lot of murder in this episode.
A lot
too,
of murder in this heart.
So before One-Eyed Man can finish off the final lady. Or Charlie.
He shoots both the ladies, and one of the ladies is like dead immediately.
Mm-hmm.
One's like bleeding out on the ground, and
Yeah.
I guess he's gonna like shoot the lady in the head or something.
But then, out of a locker emerges Desmond. He says, "Hello, I'm Desmond. I'm here now." And he shoots a harpoon gun.
A harpoon into the heart of the one-eyed man.
Cool move, Desmond.
And the one-eyed man falls on the ground and he's dead.
Yes, presumably. And so Charlie walks up to the. Here's a great scene. Charlie has maybe his most competent moment, followed by his least competent moment. Here. Charlie says, "Looks like you're a fearless leader. This Ben guy you trusted just betrayed the hell out of you. You got an opportunity to make him mad if you tell me the code to turn off the transmitter." And the lady says, "All right, here you go. 5545." And then Charlie goes, "Wait, is that the code? Wait, hold on a sec. Oh, I gotta get a pen."
He's so stupid.
Is that the code?
She's speaking numbers.
Yeah, imagine if he's just like, "Is that the code?" "No, these are just my favorite numbers."
Yeah, I just wanted to say numbers one last time. That's my crush's phone number. Let him know I died.
Let him know I died and that I loved him.
And that I loved him. His name is Jeffrey D. Thomas. He lives on 547 Hershey Drive in Illinois.
Hershey Drive?
Yeah, he drives a green Subaru. It has 4-wheel drive, but it's like more of a car than a truck or an SUV. Has like average length brown hair. He's 5'7", 290 pounds. He just loves Hershey's Kisses.
Is that why he lives on Hershey Drive?
Hershey's his dog, and it gives a lot of kisses.
Aww.
And so it's we were confused.
I was like, "Who have we not seen this character
Yeah,
yet?"
exactly. This is a lot of exposition.
Random ladies crushed. Yeah.
But
So, while Charlie's fumbling with the paper, the lady's like, instead of starting over, says, "It's the melody from Good Vibrations. The person who programmed it was a musician," and then dies.
Immediately dies. Too.
Immediately.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. So
Charlie's like, "Okay.
All right, easy. I'm a musician," and then walks over to the touchpad, to the room with the signal jammer in it, and goes like, and then in one go nails playing the melody from Good Vibrations on
numbers
on a number pad.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's
Charlie's a fucking genius.
Charlie loves music, and
you
that's
can tell
true.
that guy is a goddamn bass player.
He can play a bass. Imagine if it was actually like instead of a number pad, it was just a bass. You had to play Good
that'd
Vibration.
be cool.
You
gotta play the bass.
You have to play the entirety of Roundabout on the bass.
That'd be cool. What's Roundabout?
The Yes song that's like 7 minutes long.
Oh,
has a
tough bass song.
Tough bass song.
Well, that'd be tough.
That'd be tough, but for Charlie the musician, he'd get it in one go.
Yeah, he's a fucking genius.
He's smart.
And then so the signal's on jammed, but someone's trying to phone.
And so Charlie says, "All right, beep. let's see what's up. And the signal starts to come in, and who is it but Penelope Whitmore?
It's Penny Wit.
Dez's GF. And Charlie's like, Desmond, come me see your GF. And Desmond's like, oh boy. And
Oh boy.
oh boy, my GF.
My GF.
I love
her.
I love her so much. She's my GF.
It's weird. It's weird.
Uncharacteristic of Desmond.
Yeah.
But Charlie, so they're kind of like scrapping together, and Charlie's being like, we're the survivors of 815. We're on an island. We don't know where we are. And Penelope Whitmore's like, oh my god, I've been looking for you guys for forever. This is I can't believe I finally got through. Oh my gosh. And Charlie is like, can you hook us up to your boat that's 80 miles offshore? And Penelope says, I don't have a boat 80 miles offshore. What boat?
No.
Bum bum. So
Big reveal. Ben was right.
Ben was right. The boat is not what we think it is. Uh-oh. And so what ends up happening is while this is happening, while Charlie reels from this realization, Charlie hears a knock upon the window. And in the porthole is the one-eyed man.
It's the one-eyed man. He's outside now.
He's outdoors.
And he has a goddamn grenade.
He does have a grenade, and he detonates it.
He blows it up.
And then the room starts to flood.
Uh-huh.
And so what Charlie does is he locks himself in this room.
And it's really sad, and Charlie dies.
Yeah, Charlie dies. As Charlie's plot for all of season 3, as a refresher, is that Desmond keeps having visions of him dying and preventing his death.
And Charlie dies here, and the thing that we couldn't come up with a good reason as to why he needed to lock himself in the room.
Yes. Why didn't he just leave the room and lock it?
He had already successfully unjammed the thing, so it's not like he had to stay to do something.
Exactly. His job was done.
He didn't really have to close the door.
Exactly. Even if let's say you could only lock it from the inside, the rate at which it's flooding still gives them, I'd argue, enough time to get geared up.
Yeah, because it's a giant place, and the hole is like a foot round.
They've definitely got time to just...
I'd say they have several minutes.
Several minutes to do emergency gearing up, I'd say. And yet, so for the sake of drama, he just kind of does this.
He dies.
And this is like probably the most famous moment from the episode, I'd say.
And I've been Team Charlie should die for a long time. I love to hate Charlie.
Yes.
But this is another just like Charlie. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just leave the room.
Just don't do that.
Like if someone was like, oh, you should move 5 feet to the left or else something will kill you. Then someone's like, no, I'm going to die. Yeah.
Here's where I die.
Weird.
Before he dies, he pulls out a Sharpie and writes "Not Penny's boat" on his hand. Famous, puts it up to Desmond.
Slaps it at Desmond.
And says, here you go, Desmond. It's not Penny's boat, baby. And then he drowns, and while he's drowning, he fucking does the Father, Son, Holy Ghost
sign of the cross.
Sign of the cross as he's dying, which is a move.
Cute.
But yeah, for being like a well shot scene and like really memorable moment, it really also doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird.
Why doesn't he just leave?
It's weird. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Rip Charlie.
And that's the whole on island stuff, right?
I want to mention one more thing about about Charlie dying.
Yeah.
After Charlie dies, it literally smash cuts to crying Aaron.
Oh yeah, he knows.
And Claire's like, and Naomi's like, "What's wrong with him?" And Claire's like, "Oh, I don't know. He's just fussy."
The man who stole me several times died.
Yeah, that's the implication is like Aaron can tell that Charlie's dead somehow.
The man who steals me in the night. Death to the man who took my body.
He took my body, and now I've taken his.
I've taken his body, but his will never come back.
Aaron's got twisted motives, huh?
Yeah, Aaron's fucking crazy.
This is a big...
That kid should be the one.
Which one?
I'm gonna leave that open-ended.
That's great. I love that. That's the on-island stuff.
That's the on-island stuff.
And like, you know, we got some problems with it, but overall it's like
it was intense.
It was very dramatic. All the drama stuff is like in general, Lost does a bad job of like maintaining threads and like tying it all together, but this is a lot of plots all converging in a way that's like very satisfying.
It was good.
You have you know, Charlie, like, you know, not the best execution of that, I guess, but Charlie's dying gets wrapped up. The like transmission that was like found in like the very first episode or whatever gets wrapped up. Alex and Rousseau meet for the first time. Ben gets the shit kicked out of him,
which we love.
Oh yeah, and like even Hurley's like useless van comes through.
Oh yeah, totally right. Yeah, the thing that was just for fun earlier becomes like a major player and saves people's lives.
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's a pretty remarkable episode of television, and you see why it gets the rep it has, I think.
And off the island though, we have a boy who is not doing good.
One thing I want to mention before we leave the island.
Yeah.
In the scene where Hurley runs over the guy. During this scene, Saeed is tied up and gagged.
Oh yeah.
But then he pulls a move on one of the others that's laying down. Laying down like he's
one
taking
of them
a
gets
nap.
Knocked over or something.
I don't think Hurley murders this guy. I think Hurley knocks this guy down in front of Saeed.
Yeah,
and
Hurley
then
murders a guy, but only one guy.
Only one guy.
And then he knocks over another guy.
A
guy like jumps out of the way of the van.
That's right.
In front of Saeed.
Saeed then takes his legs, grabs him by the neck with his ankles.
Yeah.
And snaps his neck.
He snaps the neck using his feet.
Using his fucking legs.
It's cool.
It's a really big move.
It's like you can't learn that on YouTube.
You cannot, but apparently you can in the Iraqi army.
It's great. Yeah, the Iraqi army, that was the first thing they teach you is the old leg snap.
The old leg snap, the most critical move of all. It's literally ridiculous, but
it's crazy.
It's ridiculous, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, off the island. We've got Jack. He's got a beard, and he's doing badly.
He's awful. He has a Band-Aid on his head the whole time for crying out loud.
He has a Band-Aid on his head and a beard on his body.
And where does he start with?
What do we start with?
Is he going to the weird store?
No, the first thing.
The weird death store?
The store where they sell death. He's going to he's driving around in his Jeep wearing a denim vest. We're putting sunglasses on and listening to a Nirvana song at full volume.
Yeah.
And he pulls over, and turns out he's going to a funeral parlor.
Yeah, death store.
And he goes and he says, "Hey, can I order some death?" And they say, "Sorry, no deaths today." They're like, "Was there no funeral?" And the fella's like, "No funeral. There was no funeral. It was just a viewing, and nobody came. Nobody came." And so Jack is kind of like sitting at this closed coffin and is sad about it. He's upset. He's quite shook. What comes next?
Then he just sort of leaves.
He leaves.
And then he goes to the frickin' store.
He goes to the not the death store, but the drugstore.
The drugstore, yeah.
Jack is going shopping. And he wants his prescription filled up. But the doctor says, "No, you can't. There's no more refills left on this prescription." And then, this is great. This is excellent. A man behind Jack says, "Hey, I recognize you from the news.
Yeah.
You rescued that lady from the car crash. Hey, lady, this man's a hero. Give him whatever he wants."
Give him what he wants, lady.
To the pharmacist. You know, that's how it works, right?
Give him whatever. He's a hero.
He's a hero. He can have whatever he wants.
Which I think should be the way it works, but it's not.
It's not, unfortunately. And Jack is aware of this. So Jack, he tries to get another prescription filled out, and he says, "Here it is." And it's a prescription of his father. And he's like, "Well, I'll have to call to confirm." And Jack goes, "No! Don't bother.
I'm leaving. I knock over the sunglasses now."
He leaves and, stumbles into the sunglasses. We've said it before, but Matthew Fox really does a good job of playing, fucked up.
He's fucking dead.
Playing, just, beyond the pale addict, I guess.
Yeah, he's hooked on Oxycontin.
He sure is.
Oxycodone.
He sure is.
And drinking. And drinks too.
He
the
goes
alcohol.
He goes to his hospital to steal some. In fact,
and he does.
And he does successfully, and he knocks over a file. And then the chief of surgery comes through to fucking chew him out a bit.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing, old Jake?"
And Jack's like, I was just checking in on the car crash patient that I rescued. What's up? And the chief of surgery is like, well, listen, we let her go a couple hours ago. She's fine. She's stable. But she said something that concerned us. She said what happened when she crashed was she got distracted because she saw a man standing on the ledge. So our question becomes, what are you doing on this bridge? How'd you save her from the wreckage so fast? Jack does not handle this well.
No, he just freaks out.
He says, you know what? You know how many years I've worked at this hospital? You can't talk to me like this. Blah, blah, blah. And the chief of surgery says, how many drinks have you had today, Jack? And Jack replies with a big one, which is, you go get my father, and if I'm drunker than he is, then you can fire me.
Jack, your dad is dead.
Jack, your dad has been dead. That's whether he's like so far gone that he's forgotten that his dad is dead, or if he's just like trying to push buttons or whatever. That's kind of left open ended, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, the characters at this point, or the viewers, don't know that it's the future, right?
Yes, that's
because this would probably be the first ever flash forward.
That's true. So yeah, let's get right to it. The final scene is the reveal that this is not a flashback, but a flash forward.
Because he phones someone up and he's like, "I need to talk to you."
Mm-hmm. And then they go to meet, and guess where they meet? Guess who it is? It's of course Kate.
It's Kate.
And so the viewer goes, "Whoa, what the heck?"
Do they know each other back then?
They know each other back then, and then just to clarify, they say still saw you on the news, still pulling people out of burden wreckage, I see. And they have a good chuckle about
Old habits.
Old habits, says Jack. It's a heck of a reveal, huh? I mean, for us, it's obviously pretty meaningless.
Yeah.
But I feel like
it's cool
as a way to be a stakes changer, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously they don't really execute any of it super well, I don't think.
Yeah. They did good on this.
Most of the off-island stuff turns out to be kind of weird and jumbled and not good.
Yeah.
I find. But this particular scene is very compelling.
It's dramatic.
Because you have Jack basically kind of confessing to Kate, they gave me a golden pass, Oceanic did, and I've been flying every Friday night. Every Friday night I fly. And I hope it crashes. I want to go back to the island, and I don't care about whoever's on board. And
scary boy.
And Kate is crying.
Yeah.
And all this also after Jack successfully makes the call, right?
Yeah.
So we're oh, they're making it off the island, but look at Jack now. He's a hot mess.
So it goes poorly. Something went bad.
Something went bad, and what went bad? What could it have been?
I don't know. We don't know.
Turns out it's just that Hurley says something scary. I guess.
Totally. And then he's like, "Time to do drugs.
Time to do drugs and break up with my fiance."
Why does he start doing the drugs?
Literally we saw the scene a few weeks ago. The reason he starts doing drugs is he sees his dad and gets scared.
Oh, and then he says
"Hey, can you fill me out a script to a nearby doctor?" And
they do.
And they're just like, "Cool, here you go. Maybe try therapy though." And Jack says, "No, thanks."
I have a drug problem now.
Weird.
This raised a lot of questions to me.
It really, you know what? This episode being the finale resolves a lot of threads, but many more questions
raises
remain.
Many new ones.
It sure does. Does Lostpedia by any chance have us covered? Lostpedia.wikia.com/questions _and _answers.
They have a lot.
I'd love to hear some.
In flash forwards, why is Jack's life broken and addicted?
Jack's life broken and addicted?
Yes.
You're telling me that Jack's life is broken and addicted?
Yes.
Okay. How's your life? Oh, my life is just addicted right now, man.
And broken.
And broken. Like we said, he saw a spooky, got too scared and started having pills. I'm curious what they have to
Jack
say,
has fallen apart due to the guilt over leaving behind the survivors on the island.
Yes.
Ruining his relationship with Kate and seeing the apparitions of his father.
Yeah. That about covers it.
What is the temple?
The temple?
I guess it must have been in the first
It
part.
might have been in the first one.
Because this uses both.
It kind of combines them into one, eh? Okay. Well...
The temple is the shitty part
Yeah,
of
the temple
show.
is dumbass place. That sucks. John Lennon's there. No good.
It's built by the Egyptians.
Don't remember that part.
No, me neither. That doesn't make sense. They're not in Egypt.
No.
I'm gonna a lot of these have to do with stuff we didn't see. In flash forwards, who is the dead person in the coffin?
Oh yeah, we never even really talked about that. It's John Locke, baby.
It's John Locke. He died. Ben killed him.
Ben killed him. John Locke tried to say, everybody come back. And then he did a really bad job, so he decided, I'm going to kill myself. But then Ben came through and said, Jack's life is falling apart. This means he did a great job.
What is the true nature of the freighter's mission?
They are they're here to extract Benjamin Linus, and they are sent here by Charles Whitmore. Is that about it?
Most of them are under the impression that the mission is primarily intended to capture Ben. However, the mercenaries will massacre whom they will in order to seize Ben, and intend to afterwards torch the island in order to kill all of its inhabitants.
Regular stuff.
We don't know why.
It's never established why the mercenaries decide to do this. I think they kind of like drop hints that like, oh, people are going stir crazy because of island weirdness. But like it's just they decide we're evil now.
Yeah.
Like you see
that's not even really how the island works.
Yeah, it's not a thing that has ever happened before or again.
Happens again.
It's just that the military guys, they start out reasonable and then one day it's like, well, we're killing them all now, baby.
How much does the freighter know about the island?
They know where it is. They know Ben's there.
They seem to possess some general knowledge of its modern history and layout, especially with respect to Dharma and Ben. Daniel Faraday is also very studied on the island's physics.
That's true. He loves to study island physics.
Great question.
Great question. Fantastic answer.
Oh, this might be interesting. In flash forwards, why does Jack refer to his father as though he were alive?
Oh, I'm guessing they're having an ambiguous one here, but I have already said my piece, which is I think it's like he's either too far so deep in the addiction pit that he doesn't know right from wrong, or real from fake or whatever.
Well, the episode itself already implies Jack is getting delirious in his state of mind. It's worth noting that Jack has started seeing visions of his father, even being told by Locke that he had a conversation with Christian. So, okay, that's interesting.
That is interesting. Kind of. That's pretty neat. Thanks, Saucepedia.
What else?
It makes sense.
There's a lot of questions here.
I mean, it's a big chunky episode. It's a big one.
Yeah. In flash forwards, why has Kate been ignoring Jack's phone calls?
Because Jack spiraled into addiction and in the course of like one day.
Yes. It says Jack and Kate broke up badly. They did. After being engaged due to his jealousy of Sawyer, discomfort with Aaron, and developing drinking habits.
Yeah, that'll ruin any relationship. I mean, it's tough to commit to a long-term relationship. You really gotta. It's about listening, and Jack was not ready to listen to anyone except for the ghost of his dad.
Yeah, the ghost of his dad. This is the last one. In flash forwards, why does Jack want to go back to the island so desperately?
Oh, why indeed? This is never really established, I don't think, other than just like he has nothing else effectively, right? Is that it? His life has lost all meaning and he just wants to go back for the sake of why not?
He wants to save the people a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But also, more than that, is that Jack is coming closer and closer to accepting what Locke has been telling him all along about his destiny to the island. Jack is starting to believe that the island is the only thing that can fix his broken life.
Wow, that's accurate. But also like
stupid.
Locke is, so this is a pivotal episode for a lot of reasons. End of season 3, start of season 4. The whole show, the introduction of flash forwards obviously completely changes the structure of the show, and going forward, the tone of the show is much more. I want to say bombastic is the word, where it's like a lot of big, huge set pieces and dramatic reveals and stuff, and not as character focused anymore. You get less filler episodes and a lot more bang, kapow, oh my gosh. It's also a pivotal episode for all of our characters, especially Locke, who here crosses the threshold.
Totally. He goes from being like a normal person to being an absolute nut.
Mm-hmm. And so the idea that, like, and we've talked about this before, but the idea that, like, Locke's redemption, he was right all along, is like, I don't know. He did a lot of murder, dude.
Yeah.
He killed that lady in cold blood.
It's definitely big because he here has like lost all of the trust of all of the people, it seems.
He does that. Yeah. And that ends up being obviously consequential, kind of. Just like everything. Just like everything else, it's kind of consequence. Good episode though, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
It was a fun one. There's a lot of really fun set pieces, I think.
Yeah.
There's more episodes, though, is the thing.
Yeah, let's watch another one.
You want to watch another one?
Yeah, I'm going to go to random.org here.
Okay.
Type in 1 to 60 and hit the generate button.
Hit me.
We got 10.
We got 10. 10 is, of course, going to be... What's 10 going to be?
What would it be?
We've seen 10. It's special, the Michael episode.
What about 1?
1? We haven't seen that. It's Pilot Part 2.
Pilot Part 2.
Season 1, Episode 2, Pilot Part 2.
Beautiful.
Let's watch the pilot.
Let's watch it. Let's get fun.
Let's watch the second part of the pilot.
Talk about a pilot that crashes and burns. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to our friggin' nonsense. I've been Bean. You can follow me on twitter.com @BarrierTrio.
I've been James Brown, and I am at James Brown.
You can follow the show at Island Shuffle or on facebook.com/The Island Shuffle. I also recommend visiting noisepace.xyz. Thank you for hosting us, first of all. And second of all, check out many other good podcasts there. I'm going to highlight, what's a good podcast to highlight? I'm going to highlight Middlebrow Madness this week. It's a good one.
Middlebrow Madness.
This is the one where they take the IMDb top 250 and make a fucking big-ass bracket about it.
Oh, and March Madness, but for movies.
And it's good, and I like to hear it. That's the show, baby. And you know what? There's only one way that I personally see fit to end any episode of our podcast, and that is, of course, saying